That's a good question. How smart are these people, right? And Elias said to me, Joe, how are we going to figure out how smart these folks are? And I said, I know how. Remember this?
I distinctly do not. Go on.
I said, we're going to play a little musical trivia. Remember that?
I do remember this, yes.
Who wants to have some fun?
I do.
Who knows music?
I do.
Who knows 80s or 90s hip-hop?
I do.
All right, cool. So this is what we're going to do. And there's going to be a prize involved. Someone in here could win a car today. I don't know. Well, what I'm going to do, what our DJ is going to do, is going to play a quick, don't do it yet, DJ. We're going to play a quick snippet of a song.
Well, Tabitha, do you have one of those $500 gift cards with you that we might get Anthony to deliver on?
We're going to play a quick snippet of a song. If you know the name of this artist, by just hearing like 5 seconds of this song, don't yell out the name of the artist. You can yell, raise your hand, make some noise, get my attention, and you will win a fabulous prize.
How you doing?
Go ahead, DJ.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows it?
Yeah,
Make some noise!
I got
All right, this gentleman right here, you did not make any noise. What is the name of that artist?
Beastie Boys.
And what's the name of the song?
Brass Monkey.
Okay, I'm sure you're wondering what your prize is, correct? Wait, hold on, there's a slide with the Beastie Boys on it. Like, you don't fucking know what they look like, right? It's a whistle, it's a party whistle. Take that from me. Where are you from, Scott?
California.
Northern California. Round of applause for Scott, everybody. I had a bunch more, and I could do this for like 50 minutes, but I have a presentation to give. So why am I handing out whistles? Why am I doing musical trivia? Well, it's a tribute to Big Joe. Anyone guess who Big Joe is? Yeah, it's my fucking dad, guys. Come on. So, my dad, Big Joe, he was a wedding DJ.
All right.
And he wasn't just a wedding DJ. He was like the wedding DJ. If you wanted someone to DJ your wedding, it was Big Joe. He was double booked on the weekends. And I learned a lot from Big Joe. I learned how to be gritty, because the conversion band would break down on the way to the wedding. I learned how to be entrepreneurial. I learned how to be gritty. I learned how to bring people together. I learned how to not make it about me. And I love my dad. This is me in my 20s. One of my friends was getting married, and we teamed up and DJ'd the wedding together. But from the earliest I can remember, I was his assistant, right? From 10 years old till probably high school. And that's back when they had records, right? Who remembers records? Vinyl records, right? So I would carry crates of records and 45s, and he had a suitcase of stupid whistles and all this stuff, and shit, it was awesome. When you were trying to eat dinner, Big Joe would play musical trivia. And what that meant is while you were eating, he would play musical trivia, he'd go around, he'd hand out these whistles. And if you got a whistle, you were very special. You were designated as your team captain. And what that meant was your job to get everybody on the dance floor. And if you didn't get everybody on the dance floor, Big Joe, you were going to blow that whistle, ask for help, and Big Joe was going to come get you. Now, Big Joe passed away 6-ish years ago at the age of 59. He had a heart attack, really abruptly passed away. And my dad's death, his sudden death, was really bad timing for me. At that moment in my life, I was 80 days sober. Now, if you've ever been around addiction, alcoholism, maybe you know the first year is really vulnerable. And it's really hard. The first 6 months is really hard. First 90 days, it's almost impossible to get through it without relapsing. And during these, he passed away on day 80 of me being sober. And leading up until day 80, well, on day 1, I joined a 12-step program of Alcoholics Anonymous. And in that program, well, first thing they teach us in that program is do a 90-90. That's 90 meetings in 90 days. So you can front load your sobriety. You front load your sobriety, and it's really, really hard to pick up or use if you're going to a meeting every day. The second thing that they taught me was to ask for help. Right? Alcoholics Anonymous is the largest support group in the entire world. And I was taught that if I was scared to go through something, if I was scared of anything, the more vulnerable I was, the more scared I was, the more afraid I was, the more I had to share. I had to raise my hand and ask for help. Because in that room, there was another man or woman who had gone through whatever it is I'm about to go through, can help walk me through that. Whether it's divorce, death, loss of job, financial insecurity. There was someone there to help walk me through that. Now, on day 80, when my dad passed away, I'd gotten in the habit, because I was going to meetings, I went to a meeting every Saturday in Newport Beach, and on the way home I would call my parents, call my mom, and I would call my dad. Because if you can imagine, when you're getting, by the way, you don't show up to AA like on a winning streak, right? Like shit's not going good, right? And so, after this specific meeting, I got in the habit of calling my mom and calling my dad. Because I had to repair some relationships. And one of them was my father. And one of those days, on day 80, I was coming home from my meeting, I called the house, my mom screamed, "Dad's dead," handed the phone to a police officer. He said, "This is Mike so-and-so from Brick Township Police. Your father's dead in the basement. I heard you live in California. You should probably make plans to come back east." At that exact moment, I've been sober for 6.5 years. At that exact, thank you. At that exact moment was the only time I wanted to use in sobriety. Like for 20 years, the solution for me in discomfort is to pick up and to use. That was the only coping mechanism that I had. Thank God I had went to those meetings. Thank God I had plugged in. Thank God I had raised my hand, and thank God I had asked for help. Because at that moment, I had two choices. I could pick up the phone and ask for help, like they taught me in my program, or I could go fucking burn it down. And by the way, I know how to fucking burn it down. I'm allergic to drugs and alcohol. People say, "What happened?" "Well, I break out in handcuffs." That's what happens. I want to talk about asking for help, you guys. What I really want to talk about is what I've learned is that high achievers get vulnerable. High achievers are willing to expose their weaknesses. Crazy enough, man. I entered Alcoholics Anonymous. 30 days later, I joined EXP and Fast Forward Music movement. I need one of these waters. Right at the exact time, I had entered into 2 programs that were going to entirely change my life. One was Fast Forward, one was Alcoholics Anonymous. And the crazy thing is that support group that we have over at Alcoholics Anonymous is the same thing we have here. There's a room full of people that have walked through some shit, done some hard things. They're willing to raise their hands and help the next person. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right, back. All right, I'm back. I really need that water. All right, cool. So there I am, talking to my mom, police officer, blah, 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 blah. My whole entire body, everything knows to just go pick up and use. I can't deal with it. This is fucking hard. I had two choices, call and ask for help, go to the bar. I called Kurt C. Kurt is my first sponsor in Alcoholics Anonymous. In Alcoholics Anonymous, when you find a sponsor, they tell you the criteria for that sponsor is to find someone who has what you want. Kurt has a crazy large mortgage company. He has a beautiful family. He has a lot of sobriety. You know what else Kurt has? He lost his 18-year-old brother to this same disease. Was Kurt prepared to walk me through what I needed to walk through? And he did. This is a picture of Colton. I think this is when he was a juggalo for hire. And if you're doing a presentation and you're going to highlight one of your friends, use the funniest picture you can find on the internet. I want you guys to know, who you're in this room with. Everyone loves Colton and Colton helps everyone. I worked with Colton at Keller Williams when I got to California. Him and I were in the prospecting room together. We became friends. When I was 8 days sober, he just called me. He just called me because we were friends, and I had been 8 days out of the house. I wasn't welcome at my home. I was in a parking lot and I didn't know where to go. And can anyone guess what I did? I asked for help. He said, "How's it going?" I decided to get vulnerable and talk about what's really going on. My wife threw me out. I had a couple of days out of some hotels, and I don't know, I was using credit card miles at party, but it wasn't. The truth set in really quickly. Colton called me. I said, "Hey man, yeah dude, I didn't tell Colton I was getting sober. I told him I was having marital issues. And I didn't know where to go. I don't have any friends, and I'm new to California." This is before Fast Forward, it's before EXP, it's for any of this. He said, "Brother, I have a house. I have a spare bedroom. Come stay with me." And I did. And I got sober in his spare bedroom. Everybody knows Dan. When I first got here, it was like the first 90 days. I had a mentor who was at a rent company named KW.
I'm next.
And he said,
I'm just gonna go check the time right now.
I told him I was going to EXP. He wasn't really happy. He thought we were full of shit. He said, "This guy in your upline, Dan, if he is who he says he is, he has a day of his week where he does all of his meetings. He's going to do his team meeting, his marketing meeting, his budget meeting. He's going to meet with all his leaders. And if this guy is who he says he is, and you guys are collaborating, tell him you want to shadow him on one of those days." I was doing like 19 million in sales, so I was just kind of some ding dong trying to get sober or whatever. And I asked Dan. He said, "Yeah." I went to his office in San Diego. He said, "Be here Wednesday at 8 a.m. And I got to stand next to him and shadow him throughout his day. And that was like watching the 4-minute mile. I saw that, it inspired me, and I was like, I can do that. Holy shit. And I'd asked for this at my previous brokerage over and over and over. If you read Sam Walton's book, he talks about how he would just fly around the country and shadow his mentors. That's all I wanted to do. I asked for help. Becky Garcia, let's fast forward, she's not here. I remember in 2020, whatever it was, very early on, 2021, we got offered a Zillow Flex account. I was going to be interviewed for a Zillow Flex account. I knew what Zillow Flex was because of the Fast Forward movement. And I said, holy shit, I'm being interviewed for Zillow Flex. Who can help me? Hey, Becky Garcia was the pilot Flex team in Scottsdale, Arizona. She's going to be at our event next week in Dallas. You should talk to her. Stalked her at breakfast, like fucking sat down. "Oh, hey, what's your name? You know, you want to know anything about Zillow? You know." She walked me through the whole thing. 2 years later, I get nominated for the Zillow Advisory Board. who, that's an interview, you know? And I was like, who's done this? Becky Garcia has. She coached me through that interview, got me advisory board. I was about 9 months at EXP. My first brokerage, the broker I had a huge falling out with, called me and said, hey, I'm thinking about opening up a Douglas Elliman. Tell me about EXP. It was like 9 months in. Brokerage, 200 people. I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie Boiler Room when they yell Recco. It's like, Recco! Like, I need help. I called Dan. Dan's like, fuck, let's call Chuck Fazio. Dude, like within 24 hours, everybody's on a Zoom. 6 months later, that one RE/MAX office brought 3 more with them. I didn't know how to do it, so I just asked for help. Kyle, this is a picture of you and your dad at wrestling. I think that's awesome. Kyle, money. Dude, I got a fat check back last year because I did some shit you told me to do. I'm paying my kids. I'm doing all these things you're telling me to do. Dude, this guy takes 30 minutes to walk me through a value add on an 8-unit building. This shit's real, man. Like, my net worth was not bad when I got here. It's 5x thanks to people like Kyle. Chris Stiles is here. He's the deal doctor, by the way. He runs Oz Group, right? I had hit a ceiling in my real estate business that I just could not bust through. And I asked for help, and this gentleman came along. He's doubled our production. He's doubled our actually, I think he's like, I don't know if he knows this, he's like, our profitability is like way up. We can do cool shit now, bring on really cool stuff. And you know what? I ask this guy for help every day. He knows my blind spots. I get vulnerable with him. I tell him when I can't do it, and I ask for help.
I don't have any.
Kunal's here, dude. Kunal. Our Zillow Seller program was like, I'm not doing that awesome.
I don't think I have. Let me type that.
Well, who do we talk to? The best agent on our team. Can you please help us? We're the #1 in our MSA and conversion Zillow Seller program.
No, show me the band name.
Yeah, I was going.
Because I ask for help. Guys, asking for help is a superpower.
Yeah.
What did we learn?
No, this is mine.
Speak up. If you need help,
That's fine.
talk
So you're
about
up
it.
too.
Ask for
Yeah, that's
help.
fine.
Okay.
Right?
You're gonna have
Don't hide out in your
because one
team.
goes to our videos and one
Be
goes for the
unreasonable
audience.
in
Okay, that's
searching
fine.
for help.
Yeah, I'm down for it. Yeah.
Make some noise. What do you need help with? Talk to people. Tell people what you're like. You put it out in the universe, it comes back. That's totally true. Look for someone who has what you want. Right? If you want to be a millionaire, find a millionaire. If you want to own 20 doors, find someone who has 20 doors.
So down button next slide.
The payback. This is what I learned. The really, really successful people, the payback is knowing that something they did well, something that they succeeded in doing, and they put their hard work into, helped another person. That's how you build them up. They don't need any more money. They don't need tickets to the game. You're going to fill their tank up with energy so they can go and help the next person. There are rules, just like anything else. If you're going to ask for help, you have to implement, right? Don't take Elias's time and the playbook and then put it in a drawer and never do it again. You have to implement. Number 2, be willing to help the next person. Inspire. Talk about what you do good. All over the place. Be proud of it. Everyone in here is a badass at something. Talk about what you do well, teach it, share it. That way your mentors, your mentees, the people that you're supposed to help can find you. Report back. Holy shit. I call Colton, send him a message on my sobriety birthday every year. Because that dude was a part of it. Probably, no, the most successful thing I've ever done in my entire life. Right?
Let's go.
Telling Kyle that I got a big fat check pack from the government versus writing one, right? That's what they want to hear. Now, don't cut me off.
7 seconds.
Who here is willing to help the next person? Raise your hand. If you are willing to, look around the room, everyone, get them up. If you are willing to help the next person who is struggling, raise your hand. This is the environment that you live in. This is the culture that we have created. If you need help, blow the whistle.